Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is the idea that life is a grindstone. Maybe you've heard this. The idea that whether it sharpens you or dulls you depends on what you're made of. Have you heard this one? I want to talk about this for a second. For most of my life, I've believed this wisdom, and there is some wisdom here, but there's also a problem. Let me say it again. Life is a grindstone. Whether it sharpens you or dulls you depends on what you're made of. It sounds real good. It sounds like attitude is everything. It's kind of in the same vein as that. You control your destiny, and it's kind of another way to say that there are no victims. But here's the thing: there are victims, and scars are very real. Both physical scars and emotional scars. If you have had trauma, if you've lost someone or something important to you, it diminishes your sensitivity in a very real way, in a measurable way. And the saying is callous to that. Speaking of callous, the saying is insensitive, if nothing else, to the loss of sensitivity, the loss of capacity for experience and feeling sometimes. And there's nothing necessarily that a good attitude can do to fix that. It's not everything is within a person's sphere of control as far as deciding the depth or quality of their experiences in life. Some of that has to do with their environment and their sensitivity to things to begin with. It's what we call involuntary. But so yeah, life's a grindstone, and it can dull you or sharpen you, and you by all means can emerge successful if you stay healthy. But successful and sensitive are two different things. And sometimes the whole point, if you ask me, is after you're successful and sharp, so to speak, to be able to be light and to feel things that you could feel before, so to speak. And a lot of people, unfortunately, experience, some loss of sensitivity, and some of that's normal. Some of it's normal. There's people who are overly sensitive, hypersensitive, we call them. But there's, I guess, a happy medium where people can easily and normally feel things. And I am obviously speaking about myself a little bit here and being kind of candid about my own loss of sensitivity, and it happens to people. And really the point of this video isn't to unburden myself, it's to expose this opportunity and with this wisdom that expects people to just 100% own their situation and their happiness, really. I mean, yeah, okay, so you can get there, you can get to the location where you should be happy, and unless you're covered in scars when you get there, you'll be happy. But you probably still will be happy, but there's a part that's not within your sphere. That's what I'm saying. There's a part. It's important to acknowledge that there are limits, and putting someone through the meat grinder, so to speak, that's not going to sharpen anybody. They may even make it through somehow. They may get through it if they're tough, if they're strong, but they're not going to be the same afterwards. You know what I mean? So there's things you can do, and I want to wrap up in just over 4 minutes. There's things you can do, and I am not a drug person. I'm not an alcohol person by any means, and I definitely don't suggest drinking, but there is a lot of evidence that has emerged and is continuing to emerge. I've read about this stuff in literature regarding psychology, and one treatment for depression, but also I think for sensitivity and empathy, is certain type of organic psychedelics. And I'm not advocating the use of these things, but there are ways beyond ordinary therapy and ordinary introspection and just wanting it and deciding for yourself, things that are a little bit more effective and practical for getting results, as far as renewing, actually, rewiring, which is why it's dangerous, right? It's a little bit it's illegal in some places to possess, sell, or use psychedelic drugs, but it's because they have a tremendous potential, a dangerous potential sometimes to reprogram you. But it's one possibility, and it's been proven to treat depression, among other things, in certain cases. So something to think about if you have the situation that I described. So reach out if you like with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.